Hi everyone, welcome to the studio. Today I wanted to speak a little bit about mark making and some of the tools that I use with the oil and coal wax paintings, as well as acrylic and mixed media paintings that I also do. Mark making is a term that we use to describe various lines, patterns, textures that we might create on a piece of our artwork. And we do this on our surfaces, not only with paint, but we use lots of different crayons, graphite, markers, lots of different materials that we can use. And mark making can be very loose and gestural. It can also be very structured and controlled. Most of us work with a variety of certain marks that distinguish our paintings and become sort of a signature of our work. It's similar to our handwriting or calligraphy. And there is a type of mark making called asemic writing, which is a wordless type of writing, a writing with no meaning. It just has no specific content, but it fills in and lets your viewer sort of interpret it in their own way. It can have multiple meanings. It can be a type of symbolism. So we all as artists use personal symbols, certain marks, maybe letters, numbers, lines, small drawings in our work. And it's also a way to start and to activate your paper or panel or canvas. So you can find your personal artistic voice by making marks. And so a new type of art making and mark making that is out there are the Marabou Art Crayons. They're very soft, very buttery, a very creamy consistency. They are very light fast. They're a water-soluble wax crayon that were developed for mixed media artists. And you can buy them in many different sets. There's an essential set of 4 that has a black, white, flesh color, and cocoa. There are reds, a blue ocean set, and you can buy these separately for certain color palettes that you use, or try them all. And they are a wonderful lipstick-like consistency. Then you have the NeoColor-1 and 2, which are they're wax crayons. The NeoColor-1s, which are these, come in a variety of different sets and colors, even a metallic set. And this is what they look like. You can do a fine line, or you can smear them and do a wider line with them. The NeoColor 2s are more for water media. However, in using them with oil and coal wax, if you use them as a beginning or as a finishing type of mark making, that is how they work the best. Then you have the Stabilo Woodies, which are, they're a chunky pencil, and they have wax in them as well, and you can use them for a variety of different techniques. They're just very similar to the NeoColors with a chunkier tip. Then we have Art Graf, which are wonderful carbon discs, and the black is very black. If you wet this, it will smear, and you can create a much wider swipe of color. It comes in earth tone color sets, a monochrome color set of 3, and now a primary color set of 3. So those are a lot of fun to use too. Then you can also, in the beginning when you are on your acrylic gesso, you can use the Liquitex Art Markers. You can use the Sharpies as mark making, and I love to use these as a beginning. Then you have any type of colored pencils. Graphite is a wonderful way to do mark making. You can use the Creative Catalyst tools, which give you marks with the different types of tips, as well as the color shapers that you can push and pull paint with, and they come in a wide variety of tips. And then you have your R&F Pigment Sticks. These are oil pigment sticks that have about a 15% amount of wax in them, and you can use these as mark making. You can use these to glaze over a certain part of your painting, and you can use the smaller ones to actually do some writing and make some more definite shapes with. So I am going to show you a little bit about some of these in a demo. This is a cradled panel that has been covered with acrylic colored gesso, and as a beginning you can use the Liquitex paint markers, and they come in such a wide variety of colors. They are so fun to work with, and they are great with your acrylic mixed media paintings. But it's fun to just start with some mark making of some kind, just to activate the canvas, so you're not starting out on a canvas that has nothing on it. You can also use the Sharpie markers. They also come in different widths. The small tip ones are going to give you a more fine line. And so you have got a painting that is started by mark making. And this is mainly acrylic and Sharpie paint markers on an acrylic ground. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is your Caran Dash and your Stabilo Woody pencils. Okay, on a painting that, and this is an oil and coal wax, and it is dry. So if you're reaching a point to where you're not sure what you want to do next, and you let the painting sit for a few days and set up, then you can use some of these wonderful mark making tools to add some lines and definition. The Caran Dash NeoColors, you can come in and add some beautiful top color that you might want to accentuate to pull out another color within the painting that you've already got started. And this is the Stabilo Woody, which can be a little wider and a little thicker. Shows up beautifully on that paint surface underneath. All kinds of colors to choose from. And then you have the Marabou Art Crayons, which were created for mixed media, and I use them for a variety of different things, one of which is this beautiful creamy smooth lipstick like mark that you can achieve on a painting. And these usually set up within 24 to 48 hours. But do try them. They are beautiful, and they come in such a wide variety of colors, and the texture is so creamy and very buttery. They remind you a little bit of the R&F sticks that we will use in just a few minutes. But this is just a few ways that you can use these. And then if you want, what I love about the art graph is that you can achieve such a wonderful dark line. And I love a rich dark black at times in some of my work. So that's a few ways that you can use these to add mark making or asemic writing to your paintings.